Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions, let's make a new arena team, and then I thought this would be a good chance for me to talk my way through my thought process when I make new teams for PvP. This might be useful for new players or for players considering going very high in arena for the first time. Once you get up to a certain level, one team is not going to be good against all opponents. You want like 3, 4, 5, maybe even more teams, so that you can counter the different metas that are running around. And there are always multiple metas running around. There's maybe one team that you can use against pretty much anybody and then get good results. And that is Dwayne, Mont, and Helena, all at level 115 or higher. But that's still not a thing in Global, and not everybody's going to be able to put that team together. So for everyone else, you want to make a few. And then in my most recent run through Arena, there was one team that I was always avoiding, and that was Tifa and 2B, the Strike Party. None of my tanks could really tank that strike damage very well, not even Sasayaki. But like Charlotte would go down, Rain would go down, even Megamon would go down. But Englebert, he recently got his EX job, so let's start with him. And then he has the innate 25% strike resistance. And then we got the Esper, the Phoenix Esper, that will give me another 25 strike resistance. And a lot of defense, so he's at 54 defense. And then 50 strike resistance, so... yeah, this is an example of the point that I made in my priorities in PvP team building video, where there are different starting points that you can use to make a new team. One of them is to look at a popular opponent meta team and then work to counter that. Alright, but here we have Englebert, who's going to be our tank, and then we can think about his weaknesses. His main weaknesses are low movement and then slow speed. There are a few ways that we could handle this. We could do Trustmasters, but what I want to try, just one experiment, I want to pair him with a Time Mage. And then I have a few Time Mages. I could use Nivlu, I could use Phoebe, but just because we have the opportunity, we can use the Aerith that I pulled by accident. So we'll give her the Time Mage sub-job, and then, yeah, we'll see if that combination works. In theory, she could be good. She could also be a healer for my tank, maybe do some backup magic damage. Aerith is pretty funny because she has a pretty awful reputation in JP for having terrible AI, but I hear about stuff like that, and I see it as a challenge. As if this game didn't give me enough to do. Now I want to pick up a tricky character and see if I can make it work for me. But that's part of the fun of the game for me, is figuring out that stuff. That's what led me to really understand and then really like Sasayaki and other characters like that. Okay, so we have 2 of our team members. And then here we can kind of step back and then kind of look at roles and then think about like what role is missing in that last slot. What we're missing is a top tier damage dealer. So if we go in here and then we look at my damage dealers, probably the best candidates would be Helena or Rob. So let's make both teams actually. Let's copy this. Let's paste that. Let's put Rob in here. And then let's put Helena in here. Alright. And then in my PvP building priority video, I talked about how you can make a team and then make another one of that, but change out the tank. Maybe change out a magic tank for a physical tank, and then that will allow you to go against different opponents. You can also come out the other way. Keep the same tank, but bring a different attacker, and then suddenly you have more teams, you have more options to use against that meta team. And then in putting these teams together, I didn't think about elements at all, but it just so happens that with this team here, we have 2 light units, and so maybe we can use some vision cards in order to give a lot of light boosts. If you're going to use Rob, of course, you're going to want to use the Rob card. but this will give light units attack up, critical evade up, and then regular evade up. So that could help out Englebert a little bit. Alright, so we have our two teams, but actually from here, this is where the real work starts. We need to work with positioning, I need to work with agility, the turn order manipulation. I need to work on equipping stuff, I need to work on abilities on-off. And this too, this is also part of the fun that I really enjoy in this game, is the experimentation. Okay, I want to make a proper video like a Englebert Aerith showcase, but let's just look at one win here. Let's see how this team can succeed against 2B and Tifa. Alright, but here's my starting positioning. This is important. Helena, she has the highest agility, so she'll get out there. And then that means even if Aerith were next to her, she would still go towards Englebert. And we got Englebert use the Immortal Spirit with the Hate Up EX buff. He'll move forward a little bit. And then Aerith will give him Quick. I have this image of my head of like Aerith pushing Englebert in the back in order to get him to the front like he's a scaredy cat or something. It's pretty funny. But another Quick on Englebert, he'll come up. Saint Cross. I turned that off of him in later fights. I would rather that he use an attack with a status effect, or just another TP skill. Yeah, there's nothing really special about the attack, including the damage. Alright, but there's the Limit Break that will imperil Dark on two of the characters, and she hit 2B, thankfully. Okay, multi-hit attack, not too much damage on Englebert. Okay, that was pretty good damage, but this Englebert has about 12,000 HP, so he's doing alright. And Limit Break from Aerith, this will heal Englebert, and also give him a defense buff, so that's nice. Alright, but healing Limit Break from Ayaka. Everybody back to full life, that's annoying. Okay, Blade Bash, and then Stun Tifa. That's what I want, more than the whatever cross. Alright, Limit Break from 2B. Not too much damage. Alright, and then the Spirit Break and AP Break attack from Helena. Take down Ayaka. Almost take down 2B. Alright, and then a slashing attack from 2B. She's not using her strike attacks, maybe because of the 50% strike resistance. Okay, there's an attack from Aerith, but will be dodged by Tifa. Counter Chakra. That will heal some status effects too. Oh, and then one punched from Tifa there. And Dark 2, that is from the Black Rose subjob, 2-hit Dark Magic attack. Okay, Revenge Drain from Englebert, that's his level 120 skill. That will drain some HP, of course. It's pretty good, and it has a pretty high priority. He will use it a lot, so... pretty good. Okay, Esper summon on Tifa there, but she has Guts. And regular attack with the Cypress Pile. That will add Confusion and then take down Tifa. Alright, so that was the fruit of my labor, and that did take a lot of fiddling in order to get that team to work. First thing I had to do was to work on the positioning of my guys, my starting positioning, and then I had to work on agility, so I could do the turn order manipulation, so that Aerith could do the quick at the right time. And then in previous tests, she would use quick like 3 times, even if I didn't need it. But here she only used it twice before healing Englebert, so I felt like that turned out pretty well. Alright, but this arena map is gone. There is a new arena map, so I might go into the new one with a team similar to one of the two that I built here. and hopefully I can show that off later. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.